Hello guys, this is the first YouTube video of nosebleedsports.co. My name is
Co.
yeah. Uh, my name is Jack Fenty, and this is my buddy.
Tommy Triola, special correspondent for Nosebleed Sports.
That's what he wants to call himself. I don't know if he's actually a part of it, but he's here. He's going to be asking me some questions. The topic for today is the big news out of the New York Islander front. They will be playing 12 games at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum next year. And this is big news because it's coming after news on December 20th that the Islanders will be building a new arena at Belmont Park in Elmont, Long Island. So how this is going to go is we're going to kind of explain the facts of what happened in the press conference today. Andrew Cuomo is there with local politicians, John Ledecky, and a couple of the Islander players. So we're going to go over the statistics first, and then we're going to get into some questions and some interesting discussion. So to start off, the news is the Islanders will be playing 60 games over 3 years at the Nassau Coliseum, the old home of the Islanders. He doesn't have much knowledge on the Islanders, but I'm going to explain it to him. So they're going to be 60 games over 3 seasons. 54 of them are going to be regular season ones, and the last 6 are going to be preseason games. Playoff games we do not know, which is kind of a crazy thing to say that we'll get to that later. So the breakdown is in 2018-2019 season, which is next year.
How many games left in the season this year?
I think they're at 50 games, so it'll be like 32.
All right.
So yeah, next season they'll be playing 12 games at the Nassau Coliseum and 29 at the Barclays Center with the 41 on the road. So 12 at the Coliseum, 29 at the Barclays Center, and 41 on the road.
How did they break it up like that? Why'd they decide only 12 games at the Coliseum?
See, that's tough. I really don't know the reasoning behind it. I don't get why just the 12, because after next season, so the 2019-2020 season and the 2020-2021 season, geez, I'm going to get screwed up on those dates. They'll be playing 21 games at the Coliseum and 20 games at the Barclays Center. So I think they're using
the 3 years they're gonna add more and more games to the Coliseum.
Yes, the last 2 years before Belmont is up and running will be 21 games at the Nassau Coliseum. I think they're using the 12 games as kind of a starting point and testing. They're going to test it out. Cuomo today said they are going to invest, I believe it's either $5 or $6 million to get the Coliseum, up to NHL standard, because the wiring with the reporters and all internet is all screwed up, and ice condition and dehumidifying the building. So yeah, there's that. So the 2021 season and the 2022 season is going to be, Cuomo says that will be the first season the New York Islanders will play at the new Belmont Arena in Elmont. So now, one of the questions that I want to go over is why would anybody go to a game at Barclays Center? I live 5 minutes from the Coliseum. I live 3 minutes from the new Belmont. What's going to be the new Belmont. And the train ride to Barclays Center is terrible. It's 45 minutes. You usually have to transfer at Jamaica, then go to Atlantic Terminal. And if you're going on a Tuesday night, you got to leave your house 5:30 and you're not back till 11. So if you're working or you have school the next day, it's really not ideal. So the question is...
And you can't really drive there.
No, there's no parking. But I must say, there's good restaurants around there, good bars. I mean, it's a nice area. It just hasn't worked out due to, the obstructed view seats and the ice is crappy, but it hasn't been awful. The commute's the worst part. You're coming from Suffolk, it's 2 hours, hour and a half. It's just not realistic, especially on a weekday. So, back to the question: why would anyone want to go to Barclays when next season when there's 12 games at the Coliseum? That's a good question.
Very good.
I don't really know why anybody would go to Barclays, unless you live in the city or in Westchester and it's easier to go to Barclays Center. I don't see why anybody would want to take a train when they could go 10 minutes and drive and tailgate right at the Coliseum. I don't go to many games now at the Barclays Center, but before the Islanders left Nassau Coliseum, I went to so many games there.
How many games a season would you go to?
I went to, for the last, against the Penguins and the Capitals, I went to every playoff game. They lost in the first round, but that's beyond the point. But during the year, I'd probably go to 15.
15, and how many did you go the past 2 seasons when they've been at Barclays Center?
I'd say 5 total. And it's a tough situation because it's a nice arena. It's just not built for hockey, and clearly it hasn't worked out. All right. Next question.
How does the league decide which teams play at
The Coliseum.
Coliseum?
That's going to be a tough one for Gary Bettman and the NHL staff. Here's my thing. I'm the Philadelphia Flyers, and I have to play at the Coliseum against the Islanders. And then I'm the Capitals, and I have to play them at Barclays Center. Who would you rather be?
The Capitals.
The Capitals,
Barclays
because
Center.
probably know what the Islanders are last in attendance this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think the average is around 12,000 fans per night, which is last in the NHL, right behind the Carolina Hurricanes, who feels like no one goes to their games.
And they can fit up to 16,000 fans.
At the Barclays Center?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're only at 12,000, which is not good. And on some nights, I'm sure it does not even come close to that. Mm-hmm. On a Tuesday night against the Coyotes, it might only be 8,000, So yeah, back to that point. How are they going to figure that out? No one is going to want to play at the Coliseum. The crowd is going to be packed. How many does the Coliseum fit? 13,000, right?
Yeah.
13,000. And it's going to be packed. It's going to be packed. It's going to be 13,000, and the fans are going to be crazy because it's only 12 games. It's going to be nuts. So how does that work out? How do they decide what teams play at the Coliseum and what teams play at Barclays? Another thing is, John Tavares came out today and he said, it's great that the Islanders are coming back. Long Island is their home. It's where they should be. But what is going to happen when they go to Barclays Center now? You know what I'm saying? Like, now they have to get on that train at 4:45 instead of taking the five-minute drive over from Garden City to the Coliseum, which where most of the guys live.
Yeah, it's going to mess with their rhythm, I think,
And where's the home ice advantage?
All their schedules.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's really tough. The last time, let me look up the statistic. I think the last time a team split their home arena, where is it? Let me see if I can find this. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is Ted Starkey. I believe he's a Capitals writer. The tweet reads, the last couple of instances a team has split a season between buildings when a new one was being built. Toronto in 1999, Washington in 97, Montreal in 96, and the Hartford Whalers when the roof collapsed in 1978. So it doesn't happen often. Not many teams are splitting where they're playing their home games.
Were they any good those years, Washington in 97?
I have no idea. I'm going to say no, but you could check that. I mean, to me, on the Islanders' perspective alone, so get rid of what the other teams think. It's just such a disadvantage to play 12 games at the Coliseum and then 21 games at the Barclays Center. how are you supposed to adjust to that? It's like playing away for those 21 games. The 12 are your home, and then the 42 plus 21, whatever, the 61 that are at the Barclays Center plus away. How how are you supposed to adjust to that?
Crazy.
What did you find for the Washington Capitals? 78.
They were Eastern Conference champs.
They were Eastern Conference champs, so that could be something good.
Yeah.
That could work for the Islanders. Nah, I think I don't think it's a good situation. I know a lot of Islander fans are happy about it, and rightfully so, because Nassau County and Suffolk County, that's where the fans are, and they want to be close to their arena. Fair.
Yeah. They should have never, in the first place, moved to Barclays Center.
Well, that's beyond the point.
Yeah.
We all know that. I think everybody listening to this will know that. Yeah, the team, and John Tavares actually mentioned that it was either today or yesterday when the rumors started to break about it at the All-Star game. He said this team is based from Long Island, and this is where they deserve to play. So another question to be answered is, how will it work with the season tickets? The season tickets is going to be a tough. So say you're a season ticket holder. Would you buy and you lived, say, 15 minutes from the Coliseum, and it's a 45-minute train ride to the Barclays Center? What are you going to buy season tickets to? The Coliseum, which is 15 minutes away, or the
Coliseum? Because I'd rather just stay at home and watch it on my couch. Nice
if it's
TV.
going to the Barclays Center?
Yeah.
I agree. And playoff games.
Playoff games? I'd probably go to the playoff game there.
At Barclays Center? Yeah, that's fair. That's another thing they have to figure out. How are they going to do that?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? One game at the Coliseum, game 1 at the Coliseum, game 2 at the Barclays Center, come back game 5 and play, where are they going to play? Seattle?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. And if they go on to the next series, they could do it by series, but,
It's just,
that would...
just think about that, though. They're splitting their home. Their home ice advantage is being split in half. Barclays Center and Nassau Coliseum. I'm the biggest advocate of Nassau Coliseum. I wanted them to be there since day one because I live right there, as I previously stated. Now that it's happened, it's just not realistic. The 12 games is not realistic.
I don't know how they're going to do it. From, a player's perspective, how do they feel? Like Johnny T, he might go, might stay. You think that they're playing 12 games there? You think he'll stay?
And that's one of the big discussions. So Belmont's not going to be ready till 21-22 season. So that's 3 years, a little more than 3 years from now. John Tavares is, 27? I think he is. Can you check that? 27, right?
Yes.
27. So he'll be around 30, 31 when the Belmont Arena opens up. So he's going to have to deal with, if he signs a 7-year deal, say. All hypothetical. He's got to travel from the Coliseum to Barclays Center to the Coliseum to Barclays Center. When he could go, I'm going to say it, Montreal or Toronto, and he could live 10 minutes away and play 41 of those games at the same exact arena. So that's John is coming out with positive, he's saying that it's a good thing. I don't know if he likes it. I'm not convinced he likes it. I think the players like that it's closer. I think the players want 41 games at the Coliseum. I don't think they want 12. I don't know. I really don't know how it's going to work out. Anything else?
That's it.
It was a pleasure doing it with you. Check out nosebleedsports.co. Follow us on Twitter at nosebleedsport_. On Instagram, we're also there. Facebook. That's pretty much it. Let's go Islanders. Thanks for doing this.
No problem.
Hopefully the arena situation is, it works out.
Yeah.
Will you be catching any games next season at the Coliseum or Barclays? Probably not, right?
Probably all 12. You know?
I think that's fake news, but I'll try to catch a couple.
Will you catch all 12?
Well, we're at school, so it's gonna be tough. Before we leave, I know I just ended it, but what are the ticket prices gonna be for the Coliseum? 13,000 seats, 12 games. It's gonna be a steep
and they're
price.
only getting 13,000 fans at the games right now at Barclays.
Right,
so,
and the
so they're obviously going to sell out the Coliseum every night they play there.
yeah, and the tickets at the Barclays Center are gonna go down even cheaper. They're gonna be like $1 a ticket. You still have to pay that $17 to get there and back, but $1 a ticket. All right, so that's all here.
Thank you.